Gerald Ross Gregory was born in Melbourne in 1916 and grew up in the suburb of Caulfield, where he played cricket in the backyard of his family home on a pitch laid out by his father. Making the first 11 for his Wesley College school team, the batting all-rounder made his way into the Victorian Colts side, and at the tender age of only 17, made his first-class debut for Victoria in 1934, scoring only 5. Overlooked for the whole of the next season, he became a regular in the Victorian side in 1935-36. As the 1936-37 Ashes series approached, Gregory hit form with 85 and capturing Don Bradman's wicket with his leg breaks against South Australia, and 75 and 3 wickets against Queensland. With the Australians struggling at 2 tests to 1 down, his innings of 128 for Victoria against the touring Marylebone Cricket Club prior to the Ashes earned him a test call-up at the age of 20. In his debut test in Adelaide, the diminutive, baby-faced Victorian made 23 and 50, and in the final test in Melbourne, Gregory scored a pivotal 80 runs in the victory that saw Australia retain the Ashes. To the frustration of many in cricketing circles, Gregory was not selected for the 1938 tour of England. He continued to play district and first-class cricket up to the outbreak of the Second World War. On the 18th of August 1940, Ross Gregory enlisted for war service and was accepted into the Royal Australian Air Force. Before leaving for overseas, he became engaged to his sweetheart, Barbara Thompson. Assigned to a Wellington bomber squadron, Gregory served in England before earning the rank of pilot officer, ahead of being deployed to Egypt and then to India. By 1942, the Imperial Japanese Army, in their advance through Southeast Asia, were on India's doorstep, prompting the Allies to bolster defences in the region. Mystery surrounds what occurred to Wellington bomber B514, carrying pilot officer 26-year-old Ross Gregory and his colleagues on the morning of the 10th of June 1942. Understood to be returning from a bombing operation against the Japanese in Burma, the Wellington was flying over a remote region of East Bengal, India, now part of Bangladesh, when it disintegrated into a fireball and crashed to earth, killing all on board, including Ross Gregory. Locals recall on the morning of the crash that there were multiple plane engine sounds in the skies, a possibility that the Wellington was being pursued and was brought down by long-range Japanese fighters. The Wellington crew were buried in an area close to the crash site by local police with full military honours. The exact location of the grave was lost, and the remains unable to be relocated for formal burial. Ross Gregory's name was included on the Kranji War Memorial in Singapore. News of Ross Gregory's death was received back home in Australia with shock and sadness. His short life remembered by friends and family in a memorial service. After the war, Barbara Thompson married a returned serviceman, but never got over the death of Ross Gregory, keeping his letters, photographs, and the engagement ring he gave her for the rest of her life. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.